Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Low Elo Gameplay, which is going to be featuring my friend because the other people didn't send me. I haven't got any games from elsewhere, so I just recorded my I think Silver friend playing some games, and here's a couple. I'm gonna speed through it relatively quickly and focus on the major ideas here because I'm just gonna cover these two games. So this is the version of Lysandra Trundle where it has fading memories as well as spectral matrons over, for example, Ledros and Atrocity, where it focuses a lot on getting out and winning with the Watcher. So here in this example, you can see that, well, first of all, he's facing Shrooms with most probably Foundry and Peddlers. Peddlers being, of course, the main threat. Now, we'll go through it pretty quickly. So obviously, I mentioned this to my friend at the time. I don't really like putting the Glimpse in this deck. I mean, you're pretty much never actually triggering. I'm not sure where he pulled the list from, but I'm not a fan of the Glimpse. You can keep Trundle. Trundle pillars are one of the main ways you get your win conditions. Babbling Beard tutors Spectral Matron too, so you're even less excited about keeping those in the first place. So you will notice that in this matchup, there is something that where your hand becomes too full and you can't empty it fast enough to actually cycle out your cards and draw new ones. Now, I want to point out here in this position, my friend, I think he plays Entreat, and in this position, if you have a 2 mana burst speed spell that doesn't do anything at all, there's no reason to play it on turn 2 because you can always play it on turn 3. The only reason you could possibly have to play it preemptively is if the card that you draw, for example, you really don't want to top deck naturally. So for example, the benefit of this isn't exactly the same situation, but if you were to have Crescendum to tutor your 2-drops like main decked, you want to play the Crescendum earlier because you don't want to draw your 2-drops naturally if you can get them out of your deck for free. So that would be, that kind of effect would work, but in this position you would be happy to top deck a second Lysandra. Again, because Lysandra is so important, you want to make sure your Lysandra survives if you can't get a second Lysandra. So you're not even in a rush to play your Lysandra. If you can play it on like turns 6 or 7 when you can instantly trigger it before she dies, that's good too. Because in this deck is very reliant on the Watcher. So unless you have a second Lysandra, you're not even that hyped about playing it round 3. But yeah, no. For example, that Entreat, you should always, as a rule of thumb, wait until round 3. Who knows? Maybe you'll get a Catalyst, and then you'll want to play Catalyst first. Stuff like that. Just there's no benefit to playing it 1 turn sooner. So that's a common mistake, I think, by lower elo players. So now in this position, again, it's same as before. So he's going to play Blighted Ravine to kill this, right? If he can use Box for Peddlers, a second Teemo when maybe the Teemo levels up. This Teemo is at level 1. You're not too scared of it. You want to play the Blighted Ravine to kill it. Now you don't want to play Blighted Ravine before he attacks because first of all, they could keep developing and play into the box. Playing Blighted Ravine basically tells them just attack with everything you have now and do that. And we don't even want him to attack with a 3-2. Maybe if we hold Blighted Ravine, he's not going to attack with a 3-2, and so we are more happy to play it. Or if he does attack with it, we might choose to block with Lysandra and then maybe play the box or something if he developed more units. So again, give them the opportunity to keep developing and give you the option of playing box. You know he's going to attack. And Blighted Ravine isn't going to change his attack to improve your defense in any way. You always delay if there's no reason not to, basically. So now, again, he also gets 1 extra healing from this Blighted Ravine, which is an extra bonus. So yeah, just, wait a bit on your cards. So here he lets his Peddler take 2 extra damage, but now his Peddler does dodge the box. Now in this position, you have essentially 2 options, which is try to kill the Peddler or play Trundle. rule of thumb, play the Trundle because, well, first of all, you can only play one card, and if you play your removal and they save your Peddler, you just wasted your turn. So just play the Trundle, and now they could have Mystic Shot, right? And they could have cards like Flash Freeze, etc. So when they pass here, my friend Alex should have just passed. So, well, because first of all, we know that their deck is mostly spells, and they also want to put Shrooms in our deck with their mana. So all we're doing by attacking is allowing him to get more value out of his cards right away. And when he would have wasted the mana and probably attacked, we would have blocked, and it would have probably worked out the same way. But at the very least, we can also deny his mana and also get out his attack token, because at least, right, if he has the combat tricks and he attacks next round, not only do we waste the mana this round, but also we deny him the 3 damage, because he can use the combat tricks this round and still attack next round, and then use either more combat tricks or we tank 3 damage. So yeah, so here we just gave him a good way to use his mana, cards, and get Shrooms in our deck, which is not ideal. But anyways, that's, just wait. The general theme is just wait. So now we'll, I guess, skip through like 10 seconds. So here we top deck 3 Shrooms and overdrew the Avalanche. It's our opponent's turn, and let's see what they do. They play a Chump Wump. So now in this position, you'll see that we can try to Avalanche, we can try to Whale, we can try to Box. None of them are great. None of them actually even safely kill their units. So what we should do is we let them attack and we Harsh Winds, because when we Harsh Winds, we know that none of their units are going to hit us in the face. And also, another thing is, when we Harsh Winds, we can also block the Peddler if he attacks with it. So that would be safer. On the other hand, if we play, for example, Avalanche or something, and they play Troll Chant, we're gonna take so much damage. And even if they don't play Troll Chant, we would still we might have to lose our Lysandra by blocking the 4/3, which we obviously don't want to do, because that's our main win condition, and we want to arrive at our win condition while also healthy. That's our main 2 goals in this game. And if we block with Lysandra, we don't really arrive at our win condition, and if we don't block with Lysandra, we're not going to be healthy. So the best way to do that here is just Harsh Winds. Just wait till he attacks, and then make sure you don't take damage, and make sure your Lysandra doesn't die. The other thing to note here is that because of Foundry, we're not going to be really drawing new cards very much. Our hand is too full, we can't empty it. So we want to make sure that our cards right now are what we're going to use to win. So that involves, 1, saving our Lysandra, and 2, getting the Watcher with this hand. And again, Avalanche would also make our Lysandra vulnerable to Mystic Shot, which is bad. Whale lets him Troll Chant. Also Elixir. I forgot they had that too. And also Whale doesn't even kill the Chump Wump. So, Harsh Winds is just the natural play. And now he can't even block, because that's the only way he can win. And now he just took 7 damage, which is pretty unfortunate. And so, of course, they put in a billion Shrooms, and so we'll skip for just a little bit till next turn. So he top decks 2 Shrooms and a Vengeance. And now, again, he can't play any cards, so probably has the Avalanche. Probably start by passing, and then Harsh Winds next turn, maybe. Avalanche is not the worst, but you're not... I mean, the thing is, if they develop cards after that, they could save their Peddler, they could play a new Chump Wump, etc. It's overall not fantastic. So again, here, he tanks 4 Shrooms, 6 Shrooms. And now he has another opportunity to Avalanche, which is very enticing. But again, he should... Okay, so here's the thing. First, you have Fading Memories for your Ice Pillar, so you don't have to worry about losing it. So first of all, if you Avalanche and they save their Teemo, that's going to be really annoying. You're going to give up your opportunity to play 8 mana cards and also be put in a really bad spot. So what you should safely do is basically play the Ice Pillar, and then just Harsh Winds. Hope you top deck you don't top deck enough shrooms to die, and then try to go for lethal. That's what your main win condition is. So that's why you should start with the Ice Pillar, and then play the Harsh Winds, and then play your 3 Ice Pillars next round or something. Or like 1 Ice Pillar, Matron, Watcher, stuff like that. Just, you get the idea. You go for your combo next round after trying to survive this round with the minimum amount of damage. So now, again, the Avalanche connects, but it does allow the Teemo to survive. So you're still gonna have to Vengeance it. But the first thing you should have thought of was to play the Ice Pillar so that their attack isn't too threatening, and then have Harsh Winds available. You don't spend any mana. You're okay with the attack. And then if they do something else, you still have the same amount of mana with an extra Ice Pillar. Now again here, we went for the Harsh Winds, which is just worse than playing Vengeance. It's the same result basically, but worse. Now again, what it comes down to is that he has to basically pray that he top decks less than 4 shrooms and they have no burn in their hand, which is extremely unlikely. At this point, the game is basically lost. The key mistake was essentially not playing Harsh Winds and playing the Withering Wail that turn. Harsh Winds would have been much safer, would have saved 7 damage, basically guaranteed. And then from there, he could try to stall for the win condition. And again, I'll just, on a few different occasions, just wait it out. Just be patient, and then while having your mana, and make more decisive play. Now, I will make a separate video covering the next game. Oh, or I can just go through it really quickly. There's just one moment. So again, it's versus the Aphelios Zoe. I will just cover it very quickly here. So there's just one moment I want to share right here, which I mentioned for the same reason I mentioned before. In this position, he thinks about playing Tavern Keeper. Well, what would you do in this position? I just want you to think about that for a minute. Take this moment. This is all I want to show you from this game. Take this moment and tell me what. Well, don't tell me, or you can't tell me what you would do. But my proposed solution now, if you've taken that moment, is just pass. You don't want to play Lissandra early because it's when you're gonna have to Avalanche the Aphelios, and then it's the box to push they get from Crescendum is still gonna kill your Lissandra. You have the Spectral Matron, so you have your win condition available. Just save your, unless you draw a second Lissandra, just take a moment, take a breath, give them the chance to play Aphelios if they want, so you can Avalanche, or let them pass an open attack, and then you can play Tavern Keeper, have 4 mana for Avalanche, kill the Aphelios if that's available. Just take that moment to stall it out. And that's again, the theme of this video is waiting, which is a common mistake, I would say, but this was a very notable moment, and he did get punished for it for the rest of the game, which I won't show you because, well, the video already it's already 14 minutes long, but I just wanted to share that moment with you as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this series is mainly obviously focused at lower elo players, and if you are a lower elo player watching this, and it helped, please let me know. That's what tells me if I should continue this series or leave this series alone. See you guys on the next video.